What's up, everybody? It's your boy Johnny back here with another video, and I'm back with another Elvis video as promised. And today it's about the 50th anniversary of an album that's coming up on June 23rd from Elvis, and that album is this album right here, February 1970, On Stage. This came out June 23rd, 1970. So today I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you some information, a little history about this album, and I'm going to show you some stuff. And at the end, I would like to show you, I have releases of this album, different pressings, formats, and all that. I want to show you guys all that stuff affiliated with this album. So let's get started. All right, so February 1970 On Stage album was recorded during his second Las Vegas engagement at the International Hotel. He played there from January 26th to February 23rd. He did his typical 4 weeks, 2 shows a night, a dinner show, and a midnight show. So during this time, he's still in the process of to returning to perform the stage full time. Because the last time he played really on stage was his first engagement in Vegas. But RCA thought this was a good opportunity for them to catch him on stage and record some stuff for an album. And their goal was to release stuff that hadn't been released to the public yet, or he hasn't recorded in his career, that was new songs to his fans. And they were very successful with that. The only unfortunate thing about it is they recorded songs, they didn't record whole shows, but they recorded him from February 15th to February 19th. So, there you go. And this is still, this is Elvis, still looks amazing, still sounds amazing, all the good stuff. And this is a very good album. So let me just share some stuff about this album, all right? So, after Elvis did his month run in Las Vegas in January and February, this album was recorded. About 5 days later, after this Vegas engagement, Elvis did like really his first public appearance. That was basically not Vegas, basically his first show, and it was during an event in Houston, Texas. It was a Houston Livestock show and rodeo. So he did this, and it was the 38th year of that show. So I have something pretty cool to show you guys. I have one of the programs from when he did play in Houston, Texas, because he was a part of the events. So here's the program for that day. All right, so this is about 5 days after his engagement in Vegas. I'm not really sure what was the first day he played during this Houston Livestock show. But in the program, you will see, for all the events for that day, you see Elvis right there in the middle. And he was event number 8, right after the chuck wagon races. But this, and just a little fun fact. So, back here is a list of all the contestants for the rodeo. If you know your country music, where is he at? Contestant number 279. It may even be his first year as a rodeo star. He later became a country singer. He was from Casey, Wyoming, number 279. Let me see if I can show you guys, if I can find it. And that guy was, that's going to be hard to see, but it was future country singer Chris Ledoux, which is really cool. This may be the first year he did rodeo shows. Let me see if I can still get it for you guys. Number 279. See him right there. There you go. So I thought that was really cool. When I looked at this, I said, wait a second. I don't know why it popped up in my mind. So it's really cool. I acquired this a few years back. I just thought it was something cool to share. All right. Okay. So, to get ready for the release of February On Stage 1970 album, RCA decided to release a single from that album, from the stuff they recorded there. And that single was very successful for Elvis. It came out April 20th, 1970. And that single was, and it's a fan favorite for a lot of people, The Wonder of You, with the B-side, Mama Like the Roses. So here's my original pressing of that single. So let me take it out of the sleeve and show you guys. So here's the sleeve, here's the front, here is the back. As you can see, it's advertising the album there. Pretty sweet. So this album was very successful for Elvis. It was a top 10 hit for him in a lot of countries around the world, and it was a #1 hit for him in the UK. So it was received very well. And this song originally came out, I think, in like 1959. But here is my 45. Here's the B-side of Mama Like the Roses. That song was recorded during his 1969 sessions. So, pretty cool. All right, I'll put that back in a little bit. Let me just put this back in here. And it is a great song. It's one of my favorites of Elvis. Greatly known song from him. And the cool thing is, I also have this. I don't have the sleeve to go with it, but this is the promo version of the one to review on the yellow promo label. So here is. Oh, I'm sorry. There's Mama Like the Roses first, and then here is the one to review. I required a lot of these promo singles in the past year. I got it from a record store. They got them from a guy who used to be a radio DJ, and he had all these. So I have a lot of promo 45s, and this was one of them. And it's in beautiful shape. Hell, it could be in better shape than the other one. So it's really cool to have. So this single came out ahead of the album to promote it. And then finally, on June 23rd, 1970, we got this album. So I'm going to show you all the different pressings I have, and now I'm going to give you information along the way. So here we go. All right, so I have two that look identical, but they're not identical. And I'm going to explain why in a minute. This is the first initial pressing of On Stage, and I still have it in the shrink. And this is the second pressing. But you look at it at quick view, you're going to see that they are very similar. But the way you can determine that you have an On Stage initial first pressing is that the vinyl is more rigid, more thick and heavy, versus another orange label that's kind of like the Flexi or Dynaflex vinyl. So this is an original pressing, initial pressing on the rigid vinyl. So here's the front. Here's the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so this is what the cover looks like. As you can see, it's still in the shrink. So pretty awesome. Beautiful shape. The vinyl's in beautiful shape. There you go. Pretty cool. All right, next is this pressing. So this pressing is actually from 1971. So, and I'm going to show you. Same as that cover. Nothing different to identify it from. All right. But, again, this is how you know that's a 1971 pressing. It's the Dynaflex. So, here's side 1. Here's side 2. So if you're wondering if you have a first pressing on the orange label of this album, check to see if yours is rigid. If it is, you got a first pressing. And if not, it's still cool to have. I think I had this version before my first pressing version. I just acquired that one very recently. Probably in the past year, I got the rigid version. Okay. So next, you know, through the 70s, they kept on repressing that album. They pressed it on the Tan label. They pressed it in 77 after he died. Also with a new catalog number like the AFL number. But I have this version of the album. I don't have the Tan label or the 77 version. I got this version of the album. As you can see, it has a Best Buy sticker, but it has a different catalog number, AQL 14362 number. So this pressing is from the 1980s. This one's from 1983. But there's something very unique about the 1983 pressing of this album. And I'm going to show you guys. In case you guys don't know. So this one, well, it is on the black label. Alright, so we got this. And this side B. All right. But the unique part about this album is the cover. So, let me take it out of the sleeve. So as you can see, it's in the shrink. By first glance, it looks like the original cover, besides the catalog number. And by this time, they put an RE at the corner. But this is the one, this is the pressing that makes it different from all the others. Is the back. For some reason, RCA decided to switch the back on this album. And from what I understand, it's very short-lived. I mean, you can find it. I think they pressed a lot initially when they pressed it in 83. But then either they just pressed this once in 83, I heard, or they pressed this and then they went back to the original cover when they printed it twice in 83. But I could be wrong. I'm not really sure which one is more accurate. But it's cool to have this because it has a different cover. And this picture is from Las Vegas engagement, but it's from 1972 when sometimes he wore the shirt and pants. But it was just really weird that they did that. But it's really cool to have. I bought it because of the, it's pretty unique. Got it for a good price. I had this one for a lot of years. So, and there is actually a more rare repress of this album. It has the original back again, but it's from 1989, which that version is very hard to find. Because by that time, CDs were coming in the door. So, it's pretty cool. So those are all the pressings I have on vinyl of this album. And there's many other pressings you can get. Like I said, like I named earlier. I think the latest pressing is from Friday Music, which I would love to get, It'd be nice to have a beautiful sounding repress. But those Friday Musics, you can't go wrong. They sound amazing. Wish I had it, but I don't. But it's okay. Oh yeah, and all these I have the original sleeves for. I should have showed the sleeve. Sorry. Alright, so next, what am I going to show next of all the pressings that I have? I think I'm going to show like the tape source ones. The ones that are tape. So first I'm going to show this. I will show my 8-track I have. It's the 8-track of On Stage with the generic RCA sleeve. Alright. Here is the 8-track. I had this for a lot of years. My grandfather got this for me. He did some volunteer work at St. Vincent de Paul. He saved a lot of, and this is in Florida, he saved a lot of these 8-tracks for me, and next time we came down, he gave them to me. He gave me about a dozen, and this was one of them. So, pretty cool of him. May you rest in peace. Alright, this is really cool. This is one of 5 I have in my collection of this format. This format is very hard to find, very rare. I have the reel-to-reel tape to this album, which is really cool. Move up closer, but pretty awesome. And it's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of wear right here, but can't complain. This is not easy to find. And here's the tape. I'll take it out and show you guys. Let's see. Oops. There's the tape. I would love to hear these one day. I wish I had a reel-to-reel player, but I don't. But maybe one day I'll get one and I'll be able to hear these. I hear this is the best way to listen to music. It's like a master tape, they say, but I could be wrong. All right, so now we are already at the CDs. Making good time, and I'm glad. All right, so this is the earliest version I know of, and I have, of this album from the US. This is from 1991. This is a 1991 pressing of the album. So, there you go. And here's what the disc looks like. So, pretty cool. Alright, so then after that, they reissued it in 1999 with a few bonus tracks that were unreleased at the time. And then in 2010, for the 40th, they did a Legacy edition. I used to own both of them, but for some reason I got rid of them. I don't know why I did. I kind of wish I at least had the Legacy version, but I do not. So, I don't have those anymore, but they are still available. You can get them out there for pretty cheap. But the last 4 CDs I have, they are FTD releases. So let me go through these. The first FTD I have, this is the earliest one from 2004. These are going to be in order. This is actually out of print. It's a little bit harder to find now. It's this release. Elvis, Polk, Sal, and Annie, Las Vegas, February 1970. So this one came out in 2004. This is the first time they really started digging into unreleased tracks of February 1970. So there we go. I remember I got this at my second trip at Graceland. It was out of print. They still had, I think this is like the last one they had. I said, I'm going to buy it. I said, I know this one's out of print. So I have it. I'm pretty sure it is. So it's pretty cool to have. This contains stuff from the first 15 tracks are from February 15th, the Midnight Show. And then track 16 is the 19th, the Dinner Show. Track 17, the 17th, the Midnight Show. Track 18, the 19th, the Dinner Show. And then track 19 is from the 18th, the Dinner Show. And tracks 20 through 22 is from an afternoon rehearsal on February 18th. So if you're able to get this, it's good to have. So pretty cool. All right, the next one in the FTD is the Classic Album Series version from 2012 of the On Stage album. All right. Here's the front. There's the back. You can pause if you want to check the track listings of this. But this contains extra recordings from other shows they recorded. So, but the only thing I just want to point out, the only thing that's annoying about this season, the only thing that's annoying about this season of Elvis is at one point during when they were recording the shows, he was sick and he had this horrible cough, and it's so freaking annoying. They could have been even greater songs if he didn't have that damn cough, but still a good release. There we go. Let me show you the book. I'm not going to go through every page. I'm just going to show you what the book looks like. There you go. All right, the next release. This is not officially recorded from RCA, so this is a soundboard bootleg recording that FTD did in 2013. This one's called The Opening and Closing Shows of 1970, the On Stage season. This is a very good release. I totally recommend this release. And the soundboards are pretty good quality. Not bad at all. But the one really cool thing about this release, if you don't have it, this is the first and only time Elvis tried the track True Love's Travels on a Gravel Road on stage. And he did it on the opening night. And you can see, since these are soundboards, these actually have the complete shows. So, as you can see, Elvis opened the show with All Shook Up, which was pretty cool. And the set list at this time was pretty awesome. So, we have this. Wait, that's a cool picture of him. There we go. And the book. To the front of the book. There's the back of the book. All right. So next is my last CD I have of Elvis. This is February 1970 Revisited, Off on Stage. This release came out in 2018. So here you go. And it's a 1 CD thing. This thing is basically almost... It's upgraded audio from stuff on here. From the first release in 2004. That was affiliated with On Stage. So... Not much. There's a few unreleased things, but not many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10, 11, 12. Never mind. There's a lot of unreleased stuff. But everything else I think is just upgraded audio. And I want to say this was the last of the remaining stuff that was left from this season. From this stuff recorded from RCA. So, I could be wrong though. I like that. I like this jumpsuit of him. I really like it. It's pretty cool. It was unique. But you know what, people? That is it for all my releases of Elvis commemorating the 50th anniversary of this album On Stage. So, obviously, I don't think we're going to get no box set or release for this album. Again, I think for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that RCA released everything that was officially recorded from them throughout these releases. And there's many options out there you can get this stuff, how you can get it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I gave you a little bit of information along the way that you enjoyed. And I hope you found this entertaining. But I think I'm going to stop it here. Thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So see you later and goodbye.